Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GP TV. I'm Brad. It's a new week, which means new comics are hitting the shelves all across the world. You can get them digitally, get them physically, get them any way you want. And in my hands is one of those releases. This is Champions Volume 4, I believe. It's Northern Lights. Collects issues 19 through 21, and then Infinity Countdown Champions 1 and 2 by Jim Zub, Sean Izaakse, Emilio, Laiso, Marcio, Menyz, and Andy Troy. Part of the reason I love this is it takes place in Canada. I grew up not too far from the border in Buffalo, so I have a place in my heart for the people up in the north. Spent a lot of time up in Canada, so enjoy the Canadian stories. Alpha Flight, one of my favorite series. So this has them going up into Canada, where some stuff has gone wrong, and they come across the Master, who's an old Alpha Flight villain, and they wind up also dealing with some protests from First Nations individuals. There's a new superhero named Snowguard that winds up joining the team eventually. It's a solid story, kind of like just an old school fight. There's some, Jim, I think in his writing really has it down as to trying to figure out who these superheroes are. For those who don't know, it's a lot of the younger superheroes that are out there that kind of got a little pissed about the Avengers and how they went about stuff. They thought they were destroying too much stuff and decided to do things a little bit different, think more grassroots superheroing, as opposed to like going and punching everything. The lineup's great. Like, I absolutely love the team. I love their interactions. I love these characters. And this introduction of this new character, Snowguard, I think is really interesting. And the fact that you got the Master brought in, this is an old school character that I remember reading way back in the day with Alpha Flight, makes me super happy just because we don't see that character too often. So the things that I kind of having issues with, and it's not too heavy, too like much in it, is it takes place in northern Canada. There are some things with First Nations characters. I always am a little nervous about depictions of First Nation characters, First Nation in general. I don't necessarily know Jim Zub's entire background. I know he does a lot of research. I hope he did some research on First Nation. He touches upon some issues that are good. Obviously, for those who don't know, much like Native Americans here in the United States, First Nations were and are abused by the Canadian government. The difference is the Canadian government is trying to, in some ways at least, right some wrongs. While they haven't done enough, they're at least trying to do some stuff. We can argue on specifics on that, but unlike the United States, they're actually recognize it and it's discussed much more than here in the United States. So while that topic's touched upon, I wish it was maybe discussed more so in the comic, or make references for people to check out. It's a really important topic. We don't see it too often. My other kind of issue is Snowguard really reminds me of another character that came out. I think it was Jeff Lemire that did it for DC, and I think it was for Titans, but I don't remember specifically. And it was another First Nations character. And they just, it's been a really long time since I remember that character, and it just kind of reminded me of each other. I think it was DC and Jeff Lemire did it, but I've read way too many comics. My mind's kind of mush on some of these things. This could be like a Shazam thing. Beyond that, the story's really fun. It's really entertaining. The artwork's solid, and we'll show the artwork in a little bit. Then there's the Infinity Countdown storyline. It's really just kind of reads like two issues that could have been part of the Champions story. I wish it was they did that and just was in Champions 19 through 23. The end of that actually has an impact on the main Champion story, and one of the characters is pretty big. There's some solid interaction there. The fact that it's kind of tied into the Infinity Countdown, I'd rather it had been just Champions and tied in that way. It's a slight difference, and it's nitpicking, but it's a slight difference that changes things up for me. Because it does read as two issues of Champions, distracted by an event, but it does read as two issues of Champions. So the fact that it's a tie-in, kind of a mini-series for an event, kind of throws some stuff off for me. Art. So, as I said, I really dig the art. I can show off some of this. I think this is some pretty solid art, some cool stuff. see what else we got here. It's great art with that. You know, it just feels right for the characters. We'll show some of the Infinity Countdown stuff. I don't know, I'm quite as jazzed about the Infinity Countdown art. It feels more like a cartoon to me. I don't know how to describe it. It's like those comics that are cartoons in the books, but yeah. You also get a little bit extras of character designs. So, I mean, overall, like, it's a solid read. I really like Champions. I think Jim does a great job of creating a team and showing a team that is trying to find their path that is definitely standing out from the Avengers and Defenders and other, you know, groups out there. They are different, and they make the case that they are different and should exist, that this isn't just Avenger Jr. So you can go get this in comic shops now. Obviously, go support your comic shop first and foremost. They are the backbone of the industry. We got a link beneath this video. You put in your zip code, tell you if a shop's near you, no shop, no problem. We got affiliate links, but they are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. This won't be in bookstores for 2 weeks. It'll be November 13th. I want to thank Marvel for their support. Again, a review copy is always appreciated, and we like to be transparent as to what we get for free, so you can determine how full of it I am. And then also thank you for watching. You know, without you watching, there's not really much point to this. If you're into comics, if you're into Marvel, if you're into Champions, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.